The room froze the instant the Navy Admiral stepped onto the training mat. Her spotless white uniform seemed to glow beneath the harsh fluorescent lights, and without a word, dozens of soldiers snapped to attention like it was pure instinct. But tucked away in the far corner of the hall, slowly guiding a mop in dull, careful circles, was a man no one even glanced at. A single father, a janitor, a man life had quietly pushed into the background years ago. And not one person there knew that in less than 10 minutes he would be at the center of something so shocking, so unforgettable, that even the Admiral herself would carry it for the rest of her life. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the hidden strength inside ordinary people, take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It truly helps this channel grow. To most people, he was just the maintenance guy, the one who cleaned scuffed floors, replaced flickering lights, and fixed dented lockers without ever being noticed. He blended into the base like the low buzz of the air vents, always there, never acknowledged. His name was Matthew, 32-year-old single dad working exhausting double shifts, just to keep up with his daughter's medical appointments. After losing his wife in a tragic accident and almost losing himself to grief, Matthew took the janitorial job at the naval training facility for one reason: stability, steady hours, health benefits, a chance to protect his little girl. But beneath the worn uniform and tired eyes, he carried a past no one suspected. Years of martial arts training, relentless discipline, a burning drive that once pushed him toward professional competition before life ripped everything away. He never spoke about it, never hinted at it. He just cleaned, repaired, and stayed invisible. And on that day, as Admiral Ellen stepped forward, famous across the base for her razor-sharp leadership and icy precision, she called it, as she demonstrated basic combat drills to a line of fresh recruits. The training hall echoed with laughter, side comments, and the loud confidence of young soldiers who still believed they were unstoppable. Someone cracked a joke, nodding toward the corner, saying even the janitor probably knew more sweeps and throws than they did. Laughter rolled through the room. The Admiral paused mid-motion, her sharp eyes following the sound until they landed on Matthew. He felt it instantly. His shoulders tightened. He lowered his gaze and quietly pushed his mop toward another corner, hoping the moment would pass. It didn't. Instead of brushing it off, the Admiral turned and walked straight toward him. The room went stiff, like the air had been pulled out. Matthew stopped moving. With a tone that was half teasing, half curious, she asked if he'd like to spar with her just for fun. The recruits burst into laughter, already imagining a harmless little show. Matthew shook his head, awkwardly smiling, insisting he was only there to clean floors. But the Admiral's confidence didn't waver, and somewhere deep inside him, a small, forgotten part of Matthew stirred, the part that missed purpose, movement, and being more than invisible. Reluctantly, he accepted the spare belt she handed him and stepped onto the mat. The laughter continued, until Matthew planted his feet. In an instant, the hunched janitor disappeared. His back straightened, his breathing slowed, his eyes sharpened with quiet focus. The Admiral noticed it immediately, one eyebrow lifting slightly. The room felt different now. The recruits sensed it too. The tension thickened, heavy and strange. When the sparring began, it started slow and controlled, nothing flashy, nothing meant to humiliate. The Admiral tested him with crisp footwork and subtle feints, probing carefully, unaware she was about to uncover something no one in that room was prepared to witness. With calm, almost effortless timing, Matthew countered every attempt she made to unbalance him. Not with force, not with competition, but with a level of precision and instinct so natural that, for just a split second, the Admiral's expression slipped. The laughter was gone now. The soldiers who had been joking moments earlier leaned forward, completely silent. No one had ever seen movement like this on the training floor, especially not from the quiet man who scrubbed bathrooms and emptied trash bins. Then it happened. In one smooth, fluid motion, Matthew stepped just outside the arc of her sweep, gently redirected her momentum, and stopped. He kept a respectful distance, close enough to prove the point, far enough to show restraint. He didn't strike. He didn't boast. He simply stood there, calm and steady, making it unmistakably clear that he had full control. The recruits gasped. The Admiral froze. She had never been caught off balance like that. Not by anyone, and certainly not by someone the world had ignored. For a long moment, neither of them moved. The silence felt heavy, almost sacred. The Admiral studied him the way a commander studies rare intelligence, quiet, focused, and filled with sudden understanding. Then she stepped back and gave a single nod. The spell broke. The room exploded into applause. But what truly shattered every expectation wasn't the skill Matthew showed. It was what happened next. A small voice echoed across the hall. Matthew's daughter, Lily, stepped inside clutching a tiny teddy bear, her red dress glowing softly under the lights. She toddled toward the mat, eyes bright with pride. She had no idea what her father had just done. She only knew he looked happy. She wrapped her little arms around his leg, and Matthew gently lifted her. He lifted her into his arms, and in that moment, his eyes softened so deeply that even the toughest recruits felt a lump in their throats. The hall, still buzzing from what had just happened, seemed to quiet down again as Admiral Aylin approached. She didn't carry the usual icy command presence. Instead, her voice was calm, genuine, full of respect. She asked Matthew why he had never shared his background before. Matthew's voice was quiet, almost fragile. He explained that after losing his wife, all he had cared about was survival, getting through each day for his daughter. The Admiral's face shifted in a way no one in the room had ever seen. Thoughtful, gentle, almost protective. She told him that the base had programs designed for people just like him, training roles, coaching positions, better pay, and flexible hours that would let him continue caring for Lily. More importantly, she told him she believed he had untapped potential, more to give than even he realized. The recruits watched, spellbound, as Matthew's eyes welled with tear stares of disbelief, gratitude, and relief. For years, he had been invisible, overlooked, undervalued, and now, in a single unexpected moment, everything had changed. In the months that followed, Matthew embraced a new role as a physical training assistant, quietly guiding recruits with a strength that inspired deep respect. Lily became the little mascot of the facility, adored by everyone who saw her bouncing through the halls. And Admiral Aylin would often remind the soldiers that greatness isn't always measured in medals or rank. It sometimes quietly mops floors, waits in the background, and shines only when given a chance to be seen. Matthew's journey became a reminder to everyone on the base, and to everyone hearing his story, that true strength isn't always loud. Courage often hides behind struggle, and a single act of recognition or kindness can change a life forever. If this story touched your heart, even a little, like, share and subscribe. And before the ending, leave a comment below. because everyone deserves a chance to be seen.